Hi, second grade. Today we are going to be doing a quick review of the lines that we started last week, but we are also going to be discussing the warm and cool colors. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to discuss warm colors and cool colors before we jump into this project. So warm colors. Warm colors are yellow, red, and orange. These are colors that remind us of the sun and of fire and heat. I'm not using yellow because it won't show up. It's too light. So sun, fire, and heat. These are very bold colors, and these are very energetic colors. They are meant to catch your attention quickly. The cool colors are green, blue, and purple. These are very calming colors. They're very relaxing. And peaceful. Peaceful colors. These colors should remind you of the ocean and of the sky. So now you know the difference between warm colors and cool colors. What we're going to do next is we are going to be beginning our second project. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a blank piece of paper, a pencil, a Sharpie, or if you don't have a Sharpie, a black crayon. I do not want you using a washable marker. This is not going to be used today, so I'm going to put that away. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start with pencil, and some of this project is going to involve lines that we talked about last week in our line review lesson. So, since we're discussing the warm and the cool colors, what I thought we could do is I thought we could do a landscape. A landscape is a drawing or painting of nature. And nature is something that you find outside. It could be a drawing or a picture of a river or mountaintops or a forest of trees. It could be all sorts of things. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a sun with a big ocean wave. Now, I'm going to start with pencil first, but I want you to press really, really lightly. I am going to be pressing down harder just so you can see it better. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a big wave here for my ocean. So I'm going to start at the edge of my paper, and I'm going to press down hard, and it's almost like a straight line, but then it's going to curve up. So it almost looks like a hill. And then I'm going to draw the letter C. Do you see the letter C that I just drew right there? And then that's going to go into a line that goes off the edge of my paper. So you can see that this is my ocean wave. Now we also want to add a wavy line behind the ocean wave so that it looks like that ocean is in the middle of the sea. Now we also want to add a lot of lines to this ocean wave so that we can incorporate all of those cool colors. So what I'm going to do is start at the tip of the wave. And I'm just going to draw a line that comes down and then goes off the edge of my paper. These lines do not touch each other. You need to spread them out, okay? Now you still have space over here, but I don't want to come up any further because it's just not really going to fit. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to add some wavy lines that go this way. Okay? Once that's done and you can see where the wave is, I'm going to add a circle into the corner, and this is going to be my sun. But we want some of those straight lines that we talked about last week to look like the rays coming off of the sun. And you can see that those straight lines are going off the edge to my paper. These lines also do not touch each other. And I'm going to do this all the way around my sun. Now here's where it gets a little tricky because these lines are going to have to go all the way out to the edge of my paper. And down here, my wave is in the way. So it's going to come down. You see that? It's going to touch the ocean. Now, this is a pretty big area right here. So maybe I want to add another line to divide that up just a little bit. So once you have this done, then you are going to either use a Sharpie or a black crayon to outline your drawing. It's like you're tracing it. It's like you're tracing. Once you have it traced, it will look something like this. It almost looks just like a coloring book. Now, if you chose to outline with crayon, then what you can do is you can just use your other crayons and you can color in the sun using the warm colors. So I'm going to do yellow, maybe in the center. And then maybe around the edge, I'm going to do a pattern. So maybe it's going to go red, and then orange, and then yellow again. Oops. And then red. Now I'm coloring mine really quickly, but you are going to go much slower on yours and take your time in making sure that you don't have any white spots. And then for the ocean water, you're going to get out your blues, your purples, and your greens, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do a pattern on the ocean using all three of those colors. Now, if you don't want to color it in with crayon and you outlined with Sharpie, I'm going to show you another option. So stay with me. And like I said, you'll do a much nicer job coloring and you'll do the whole thing, not just part of it. You're going to do the whole thing. Okay, so this is option number 1. If you do crayon and then with outlining with a black crayon, that's option 1. Option 2 is you've outlined everything with a Sharpie. Then what you can do is using your markers, you're going to use the very side of the marker and you're just going to outline right on top of the marker. I'm going to show you why. Maybe I want the inside of this to be orange. Okay. Once you have things outlined with marker, all you need is a cup of water and a paintbrush. And what you're going to do is you're just going to run that paintbrush next to that marker. So you're almost like making your own watercolors. So I'm just waking up that washable marker. I'm waking it up. And it might take a minute. And you don't need a ton of water to do this. If you add too much water, your paper is going to rip and it's just going to become waterlogged. And you don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to continue around the sun until all of the white spaces are filled in. So this is another option for you. And you would do the exact same thing with the ocean wave. So I'll do that quickly. And remember, you're using the outside edge of the marker, not the tip, the outside edge. It's going to give you a nice thick line. Okay, same thing. take my paintbrush with a little bit of water and then wake up that marker color. Fill that all in. And then go to the next. All right, so I think you guys get the point. Once you're done and your whole paper is full and you have chosen either painting or coloring, I want you to take a picture of your artwork and then upload it onto Google Classroom. And I will look at them later and grade them and give you feedback. Let me know if you have any questions. You can always email me. Best of luck, guys. See you soon.